Hello, my name is Ilona and this is going to be a recap of my Dutch video, and this is going to be about the energies of the Netherlands and Belgium. I've decided to take a look at these two countries. Usually I take Germany along as well. To me it feels like Germany has stepped over to the white hats completely. I believe Storm Rider also mentions this in his messages, so I'm going to take a look at Germany later on this week in another video and maybe even check if that's the case or not. To me it feels like it. They've been promising tanks to the Ukraine, but they haven't delivered, so to speak. It's almost like they're trying to get out of that. So that's very interesting what's going on there. And I first want to start with the Netherlands, and of course they are harassing the farmers again, and this time with manure and how much manure they are allowed to use or not. And of course from the European Union there are new rules that they have to immediately implement, and it's just a very sad case. We also have another Minister van der Waal. She's part of this I think the nitrogen mess that they try to harass the farmers with, and now they're doing it she's going to start with the fishermen, the shrimp fishermen. So she really has her sight on all kinds of people that work in the food production. And I've mentioned this before, and many others with me. They want to take over the food production so we can all eat bugs and be happy. That's why I already talked about what they're doing with this flour they want to, from insects, made of insects. I've mentioned this in my video from first day. They want to implement that. They now have agreed to, at least the European Union, so they can now implement it to pasta, flour, crackers, things like that. And if I'm not mistaken, they don't even have to write it down. So it's not even, they have to put it in the ingredients. So just make sure that where you get your food, that it's as pure as possible. But anyway, I wanted to take a look at the Netherlands. And what's going on, of course, now they're starting with this again, just being awful to the farmers. They've been doing this for a very long time. They've been trying to push the farmers out. They're also trying to push the fishermen out. They are not here for the Netherlands. They are not here for the people of the Netherlands. So what is the energy right now? The first card I got was the Tower. The central card is the Three of Pentacles. The card in the past is the Page of Cups. Underneath the Three of Pentacles we have the Queen of Wands. And then for the near future we have the Judgment card and the Six of Cups. And I just got an extra card, which is the Lover's card. So to me this is about the children again. I've talked about this thing with the taxes, and they've taken away people's children and they still don't know where the children are. And we're talking about almost 2,000 children missing. I haven't heard anything about this in the media. I'm kind of wondering what happened to that, but I have a feeling things about children are going to come up in the Netherlands again, especially when there are so many missing, and many more than that, let's face it. But this is something that was really in the news as well, that their parents lost their children because of taxes, and they got into debt, and it was just one big mess because the Dutch IRS made humongous mistakes, so they're now going to be compensated. But most of the children haven't been returned to their parents yet because they don't know where they are. Right. I've mentioned this before. It makes me angry, actually. They know everything about you. They know what you've done last week. They know what kind of food you made, where you were. But they haven't got a clue about 2,000 children in the system. Yeah, no way where they are. They changed their names or something like that, and they have no idea how to retrace them. It's ridiculous. It's really beyond infuriating. Anyway, this is all going to collapse. And I'm talking now about this climate thing, what they're trying to do here in the Netherlands as well, with all these just awful rules. This is really the end of this old system. To me, it feels like the end phase, and it's all going to collapse. And we're pretty much watching the collapse. This will just lead to people working together, like the farmers, the truckers, here the fishermen most likely. I don't think they're going to let this just be. These are people working very hard. They are being pushed around, treated like, well, crap, basically. And they're not going to take it. Trust me on that one. So more and more people are just gathering together to start things and to really work together. And this is all in the influence of the white hats. So to me, this feels like the white hats in a way are behind it. They're letting the agendas roll. So, they roll out so people will see what's going on. Also the connection to the World Economic Forum. Very important what's coming out there, because people immediately now see that it's actually being implemented. So all these stories that these politicians trying to, there's nothing going on in the World Economic Forum. It's not that important. They just facilitate things. And now you see those things that are being discussed now, because it's way more in the media now, actually are being implemented. Like Klaus wanted us to eat the bugs. And of course, I already talked in a video last Thursday about what they're trying to put in our food and our food supply with all these insects, and that it's been approved. Very interesting that he already mentioned this, I think, a couple of years ago, and now suddenly it's being implemented. And more things that are coming out now can immediately be connected to the policies of what these governments are trying to do. So it's going to collapse. These storylines are collapsing. People are going to see right through them. And of course, there are going to be people that do not want to see it. But that's up to them. The group that is understanding what's going on is becoming bigger and bigger. This is really about waking up people and really bringing them together. So there'll be different initiatives, standing strong. A lot of people are now doing things differently. So a lot of changes have been made. And like I've said, I think things with children are going to come out more and more. The Lovers card is also about making choices. So I do think maybe more people are going to speak out. Maybe more scandals are going to come out. Like I said, I want to know where those children are from the tax affair thing. What happened to them? Where are they? So I think we are watching the collapse. A lot of things are collapsing in the Netherlands, and I think that is worldwide, but especially in the Netherlands. And people are coming together. They're like, okay, we need to do things differently. And I think farmers are coming together. You see they are cooperating, and I do think they realize that this is not going to end. This is not about, well, we just have to compromise a little bit and then everything will be fine. No, this is not going to be fine. They want to get rid of you. So there's no compromising. You have to stand up, and not just the farmers or the fishermen or the truckers, but just the Netherlands, people in the Netherlands and worldwide. We should just all not comply and not work along with this system. Let's go our own way. So this is what the energy of the Netherlands is right now. And there is a lot of white hat activity going on. I do believe that this is about waking up people. I also have taken a look at Belgium, and I mentioned something, an article, and I still have to laugh about that. So I'm sorry about that. I actually had to start recording in my Dutch video because I couldn't stop laughing. And this is an article. It's from a Belgian newspaper. Het Laatste Nieuws, and it's about it's actually behind a paywall, but the title alone just made me laugh. And this is, while other countries send tanks, or at least promising tanks and F-16s, Belgium is going to supply road salt to the Ukraine. Road salt, when the roads freeze up, you throw salt on it. I'll try to keep it together. That's what they're going to send Belgium. Yeah, that's going to terrify the Russian Ukraine people. Have road salt. So it's I'm not sure who came up with that or why they're even mentioning this. I just thought it was hilarious. But like I said, I have a bit, sometimes very childish sense of humor. Road salt, yeah, that's going to be the difference. Anyway, the energy I got for Belgium is the Page of Wands. The central card, I have the Hermit. The card in the past is the Six of Swords. Underneath the Hermit, there is the Three of Wands. And for the near future, we have the Two of Pentacles and the Wheel of Fortune. So to me, it feels like there are a lot of white hat activity going on, especially with the Page of Wands. So there's a lot of activity going on that may seem like it's from the dark energies, and they probably allow it, but they use it later on for different things, just like with the entire Mr. B and its documents. You have to understand it's a chess game, so sometimes it seems like the dark energies are still winning, and then later on it's turned actually against them. And that's the feeling I'm getting with this card. So I also see that the people in Belgium are more going inward and just seeing what's going to happen. I do think that's a very good energy to have, because ultimately if you turn inwards for, the answers and start, working with your energies, things will change around you as well. And I think that's it may seem like a passive attitude, just wait and see, but sometimes we want to force things too much, and in reality we're just pushing and actually working against ourselves. So I think it's important to just wait and see what's actually going to happen, and especially with these cards, things are going to start moving, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. Things are going to start moving, so there'll be a new balance. And I think it's also very important to see things more lightly and more with a sense of humor. So maybe things are going to get really ridiculous, or just a new balance needs to be found. So it could be in the beginning that things start moving, it'd be like, what's going on? So people are like, okay, we need to find our balance again. But things are going to start moving in Belgium, and I think that's very important. And especially when I look at the card in the past, they're moving away from something, they're leaving something behind, and this is in the past. So the energy is already changing. So what I see is that the energy of Belgium is more inward. I think people are more inward looking, more inside of themselves, and I think that's important as well. The feeling I got from the Netherlands is that it's really collapsing. Systems are starting to collapse, and people are seeing it. It's starting to show. And in Belgium, things are going to start moving in that direction of us as well. Especially with the Wheel of Fortune, things are going to be moving as well. So there'll be new balance needs to be found, and it's probably good just to see what's going to happen. Focus inward. I think that's actually the most important job we have to do here. For each and every one of us has to work with our own energy, because then things certainly will change. But things are moving there as well, and the white hats, both the Netherlands and the cards in Belgium, have white hat influences, and I find that very interesting. So I'd like to leave it at this and hope to see you in another video. Bye.